everybody, and welcome to the JavaScript crash course for beginners. So this is just going to be like an introduction video where we're going to be writing like our first line of code, and then we're going to be understanding what is JavaScript and stuff like that. So let's get started. So first of all, what is JavaScript? So JavaScript is a programming language which is used to develop web apps. Okay, so basically JavaScript was designed to only run on browsers. So a person named Ryan Dahl actually created something called Node.js. So by using Node.js, what we can do is we can run JavaScript code not only inside of the browser, but with Node.js we can actually run it outside of the browser. Okay, that's what Node.js is. Now let's talk more about JavaScript. So many big companies such as Google, Facebook, Amazon, all of these actually use JavaScript. Okay, so for all of their web applications, they actually use JavaScript. So the three fundamentals for not JavaScript programming actually, for web development are going to be HTML, CSS, and at last we have JavaScript. So these are the three fundamentals for web development, and this is never going to change. Okay, so we use JavaScript for developing web apps. Okay, so that's enough of theory, and let's jump right into actually coding JavaScript. So first, right now, we're just gonna actually write our code inside of the browser, and we're gonna execute it from there. This is not how we will usually do it, but for now, I'm just gonna do it this way. Okay. So actually open up your browser and just. I prefer using Chrome, and I also recommend you to use it. So just open it up and then right click and then go to where it says inspect. Okay, there is another trick. There are two other tricks actually for opening it. So Control-Shift-I will open it, or even Function F12 or just F12 will open it. Okay, for me I have to do Function F12 for some reason, but you can do it. If Function F12 does not work, just try normal F12. That should be working. Nice. So now what we can do is I can just go ahead and make this bigger, and then I can make the text also bigger. Okay, like that. Now what I can do is I can actually show you guys about how you can write your first line of code inside of JavaScript. Okay. So let's get started. So over here I've just opened up the inspector. So this is the inspector or Chrome Developer Tools, or just Developer Tools. I've just opened it up and then I went to console, and this is how the console should look. Okay, so don't worry about all of this stuff. It can be quite intimidating if you're new to programming, but trust me, you'll get used to all of this. Okay, nice. So for the first line of code, we'll just do console. So console.log hello world. So what this line is going to do is it's just going to go ahead, get the value that we have passed in over here. So we have passed that in as a string. So it's wrapped in quotation marks. I'm just saying that much because I don't want to confuse you at this point, because I know that most of you are beginners, and so I don't want to confuse you over here. So just quotes, just put them in. Okay, just trust me, you're gonna learn all of this. So hello world. So what this is gonna do is it's just gonna get the text that's been passed in over here, and it's going to display that on the console. So this is actually the console. Okay, now when I click enter, boom, hello world. So this hello world actually comes from here. Now what if we actually wanted to print out like a number? Now instead of doing a string, we will just do the number. Okay, we don't need to enclose this in quotation marks. So like this, right? We can just do 10. And then we get 10. Nice. So now let me show you a more kind of complex thing. So like doing a calculation. So we can just do like 1 plus 1, which returns 2, right? Now we can do something even more complicated, like 2 minus 1, it returns 1. Now we can try multiplication. Does that work? So like 10 star, that's the multiplication operator. For addition is just plus, and for subtraction it's just, the hyphen over the dash. 10 multiplied by 5 turns 50, which is right. Now we can do 10 divided by 5. That turns 2. Nice, so all of these actually work. Now we can do something even more complex, which is going to be alert. Let's say yo, right? Yo. Okay. And then we end a line in JavaScript with this semicolon. Okay. So that's just a rule in JavaScript. And then hit enter. Boom. Right. So now it says yo. That's what we have done over here. Now, if we were to do like alert, this page is built by whatever your name is. You can just put your name in there. I'm gonna pop my name in. This page is built by option. So that's nice. So now you know what alert does. It just let me show that to you again actually. So if I do like alert 10. So what this does is it's just gonna bring up something like this, okay? And then it's just gonna say whatever you have passed inside of there. So this alert, if you're doing like some database stuff and then or some authentication stuff, okay, and it failed to sign the user in, so signing the user, so then you'll have to say that to the user, right? There was an error. So you will use alert for cases like that. So alert, you'll just catch the error and then do error.message, right? So maybe that was confusing, but you don't essentially have to understand that, okay? So just gave an example of authentication. And you just think of it as this. So if you say alert 10, it's just going to bring up a black box on the top of the browser screen, and it's just going to say whatever I've passed in over here. That's all. Okay, just think of it in the simple way. So now you know some of JavaScript. Okay, you have wrote the basics of JavaScript, the bare basics of JavaScript. And in the next video, we are going to be actually using an IDE to write our JavaScript code. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.